We have, through the G20, we have, in my view, without a shadow of doubt, created the ultimate nuclear bomb of the financial system. We have put all this risk, or we are proposing that all this risk should be centralized, hopefully on exchange for trading, but into these central counterparties. Now, how are they regulated? These small bodies which are proliferating, the idea, unintended consequences, the idea was that there would be just a few of them, but actually they seem to be proliferating all over the place. How are they regulated? We don't particularly know outside. We're told that there's a waterfall, a cascade of waterfall of different levels of risk where the members click in and pay up. But I was shocked the other day to be at an event where a senior American speaker said that, well, it's all very well for Europe to have all these cascades, these waterfalls of demands on American banks, but when it comes to it, if there was ever a demand for a major American bank to send a large amount of money to Europe, to the CCP, the New York-based risk committee would just sit back and say, sue me. The money wouldn't come. And in the middle of a crisis, if you then don't have the money, the crisis explodes. So we have created a system which is, in my view, very dangerous in the sense that it is concentrating an unknown risk. Now, we're going to manage this risk, we're told, by collateral. So this is my last point. Collateral, yes. First of all, should we have initial margin for these contracts? Initial margin, 500 trillion globally. Initial margin, what should we say, 2%? That's a lot of money. Now, the people who've got these 500 trillion of contracts at the moment outstanding, should they pay that on existing contracts or only on new ones? If you don't have it on the existing ones, we've got a stock there which is potentially disastrous. So it makes no logical sense. But of course, the users of those, the holders of those, will complain furiously about having to put up that sort of margin. These are huge numbers. Now, just talked about CCPs here. Then we have secured money. Unsecured money, interbank lending has pretty well disappeared. So the banks need to put up security for their interbank loans, secured repos. Then, if they wish to have longer dated bond issues, they're no longer seen as good counterparties, so it all has to be collateralized, covered bonds. So all of the stocks of good collateral get used up for repos with the ECB and other central banks. So suddenly we begin to look at, and the other thing, of course, OTC trades which aren't cleared because they're too complex, are not cleared through a CCP. And a CRD4, the capital charge, the collateral charge rather, will be penal. So the whole idea is to force banks to push everything onto through a CCP. So the demands for collateral are clearly set to rise dramatically. Do we know how much to? Do we know how much collateral there is available? To which the simple answer is, no, we have no idea. How can the regulators have put us in the situation where there are demands for something we have no idea how much it is or how it can be met? This is we're now entering into an unknown of some magnitude. ICMA, for example, is the leading trade body in this area, producing, well, I was going to say producing data, but actually what they do know is that they can't produce data. And they say it is widely thought that there will be the demand will outstrip supply for collateral. Now, that is the trade body which has put some effort into monitoring all this, and they have no idea. The regulators have no idea, and we have pieces of legislation in place with deadlines for implementation, or still going through the system, which pile more and more demands for this collateral. How's it all going to work? There is an unintended consequence. Thank you.